What is going on, all of my people of the planet? I am D Venom. You are all tuned into Raising Vibrations podcast. I hope all of my people of the planet are staying on that straight and narrow and doing everything possible to elude psychic vampires, negative energies including Podbean trolls and scallywags from one's lives. We all should know by now that those particular elements will only take away from our vibrations and our energies. If we can elude those particular things at all costs, we have done ourselves some justice. And with that being said, let's get into this evening's episode, starting right now. All right, you guys, as mentioned, I am D Venom. I am solo, meaning that my feathered friends are at home. I'm at a park near where I took my vehicle to be looked into. Yesterday, I was driving and I heard something dragging really bad underneath my car. And mind you guys, Jiffy Lube patched, some things up for me until I can get it fixed correctly. Anyway, what they patched up for me came apart and, I was just devastated. I have some friends that work for Capital Collision on 27th Avenue here in Arizona. There's Melissa, there's Carol, there's Rodney and the gang. These are some fantastic people and it's a fantastic business. Unfortunately, back when I lived on North 35th Avenue here in Arizona, I was backing up into my parking spot and there's something about me and poles. I ended up hitting the pole as I was reversing into that spot. And I, put a nice little dent in my bumper. I went through the insurance company and the insurance company recommended that I go to Capital Collision, because they have history with them to get my car fixed. And I'm glad that I did because I met some wonderful people and, this is where I took my car to and, they looked into it. And, I don't want to tell you guys everything because I'm going to use Capital Collision as a hidden gem, for you guys in the event that y'all want to, deal with them. And I suggest that you do because like I said, they're wonderful people. Considering, they did a better job at patching up my vehicle than what the fuck Jiffy Lube did. Now, no disrespect to Jiffy Lube, but, it seemed like they really took their time to, get my baby right until I can get her right. And I really do appreciate that. And I, bought them snacks and stuff like that because they didn't charge me. And, they didn't have to do this. And I just really appreciate their business. Anyway, I'm just chilling at this park. This park is, pretty much, Hispanic dominated. Not that has anything to do with it, but, there are, quite a few people out here playing soccer and enjoying themselves. Hold on. Let me get something to drink. Okay, they're playing soccer. They're enjoying themselves to the point where I have my windows up and my air going because I don't want to be disturbed. Now, I'm going to tell you guys the story in regard to my landlord and I meant to do this yesterday, but I was just really going through it in regards to the symptoms of ADHD and I couldn't get my words right. I was struggling, with word placement. Nothing just wasn't coming out right. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like my, episodes to be on point. Anyway, I started that particular episode way in the daytime. And, before I knew it, it was night. I just kept at it because I really wanted to tell you guys what happened. It wasn't meant for me to tell y'all at that moment. I needed to, get some rest. I needed to calm down. I needed to align myself. I needed a lot of things before I could tell you guys what happened. So I got adequate rest and, I ate and whatever else the case may be. And now I'm prepared to do, to tell you guys what happened. Anyway, if I didn't foreshadow the fact that my building is, being sold, it is. The owner is, I guess, tired of dealing with it and he's selling the building. Lately we've been having appraisers and potential buyers and inspectors coming over to, check out the building and our units and invade our space pretty much. They're in there taking pictures and all type of motherfucking shit. And, I don't like it because, it's a bit much. And I'm ADHD. I live a particular way. We have a different brain chemistry than what you normal bitches have. I live by pile systems, unfortunately. And lately, I have not had any pile systems in my life, thank God. But if you're unfamiliar with pile systems, and I am to a degree, pile systems are basically piles of junk that we have all over the motherfucking place. Piles of clothes, piles of laundry, piles of dishes, piles of this, piles of that. And I vowed to myself that I wasn't going to have that in my life anymore. And I don't. But anyway, I didn't get the memo in regard to the landlord coming over to bring some potential buyers and whatever else the case may be to look at the unit and the building. I don't check my emails every day, and a lot of people in this world don't. And, I just didn't get that memo. Anyway, I'm on the phone with my oldest sibling, and we're having a conversation. And I get a knock at the door, and I'm instantly annoyed because I'm not expecting any company. And if it's a scallywag, they're definitely going to get cussed out because, I usually give my number to them in the event that they want to come over, call me first, and then go from there. So I was definitely annoyed. Now, my landlord has a very glib tongue. He likes to get smart at the motherfucking mouth. And, he's gotten smart with me on a couple of times. He's gotten smart with me on a couple of occasions, only for me not to say anything in return. Let's put that out there. Another thing that my landlord likes to do is let himself in to one's unit, without properly. I mean, he knocks, don't get me wrong, but it's just like allow a person to address the door before you just let yourself in after a few damn knocks. A person could be in the tub. A person could be in the shower. A person could be masturbating. A person could be sucking dick. A person could be doing anything behind that door. And here you go letting yourself in. You see my car out there, so I'm at home, but you know what I'm saying? Anyway, he likes to do that. And, he would have done that in this particular situation had I not gotten up in time and went to the door. Had I not got up in time and went to the door to address it, because he had the screen door unlocked and was standing at the actual door. I always lock my screen door. This is a Midwestern thing. We always have screen doors on our doors back in the Midwest, and we lock them a great majority of the time. And it's out of habit that I lock my screen door. So he had unlocked the motherfucking screen door and was standing at the actual door with these motherfucking people just ready to let himself in had I not went to the door in time. So I was annoyed by that. Anyway, I let them in, to, do what they had to do after I realized that it was him and potential buyers or whatever the case may be. And mind you, I've been living in this unit now for maybe a little over 2 years. And in the beginning, I had adequate heating and I had adequate hot water. Now all of a sudden that is wintertime and I need to rely on, the heat and the hot water and shit like that. There's none to be found. There was an issue with the circuit breaker, in the hot water switch. And I took a film of this because, the maintenance guy, he wanted me to check the, circuit breaker, and make sure everything was fine before they came out. And as I tried to turn the switch on, it went right back to off. And, it would click like it wanted to come on, but it didn't, stay on. And, that was one reason why I didn't have any hot water. But anyway, I've been going through this now for a while in regard to the hot water issue and in regard to the no heat issue. And then on top of that, I had mold. Then there was shit coming out of a sewer because the sewer was backed up in front of the mailbox. And, I've been going through some shit in regard to living in this motherfucking apartment. Anyway, I let them in, they come in, and I'm instantly annoyed, and I'm expressing my feelings to my eldest sibling. Hold on one second, you guys, my phone dropped. Okay, I'm expressing my feelings to my eldest sibling in regard to, these people coming in and out and invading my space and my privacy and taking pictures and doing this. I mean, they're respectful and everything, but still, excuse me, this is my life that y'all are interrupting. And I understand this is protocol. This is what they are supposed to be doing in order to get the building sold. I understand that. But mind you, considering I have all this stuff going on with and let me tell you this, I have a patio door that leads to the backyard. I have a little backyard. Anyway, there's a screen door that's missing, and the landlord got a screen door last year. Okay. This screen door has been sitting in my motherfucking living room since that long. And the landlord has been over, a couple of times since then. Do you think that he said anything about this motherfucking screen door? The reason why it's not installed is because the strip part of, the sliding door, if y'all know about screen doors and all that type of shit, you know that a strip basically allows the doors to open and close. Well, anyway, that strip is fucked up and it needs to be replaced. Now, the maintenance personnel alleged that they told the landlord this, and, do you think any action has been taken place to get that damn screen door up? No. He's so busy worried about trying to get this motherfucking building so that he can get some damn money in his pocket and whatever the case may be, that my concerns haven't been, met. Now, don't get me wrong. They have fixed the hot water to a degree. And the last time they fixed the hot water, I had hot water for about a week. And then it went back cold. And mind you guys, I've been forced to take cold showers now for about a little over, 2 months. And I'm sick of it. Like I told the landlord, you bring your little short elf looking ass over here and you take cold showers, every motherfucking day. It don't feel good to my skin when I take cold showers. Some people are used to that shit, and I hear that it's very beneficial to your body regarding taking cold showers. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I'm a whole different breed. I don't want cold water against my motherfucking skin. One of the reasons why I don't swim, I can't swim, but I don't want cold water against my skin. Anyway, as the people, no, this is what I meant to say. So the landlord has some I told y'all that when the landlord came, when he was on the property with some potential buyers, and they were looking at the property, and he never did, he didn't see me. I was standing at the door looking out of the little mirror, not the mirror, but the window thing, and he didn't see me at all, but I seen him, and he was on the property with these potential buyers. But do you think he knocked on my door to address the fact that, I have no heat? And it will get fixed sometime soon, and the fact that I have no hot water, and that will get attention. No, he did not do any of that. And no, I have not put in a work order in regard to the heat yet. But I foreshadowed this in another work order that hey, the heat is out, or whatever the case may be. I know that I need to put in a work order, but I just haven't gotten to that yet because I'm tired of dealing with the landlord. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you got your motherfucking hand out, but you don't want to fix shit correctly. You want to patch up motherfucking shit, but I don't have time. I'm sick of that shit. Anyway, as the appraisers and all of that shit are doing their thing, I took the initiative to ask the landlord, since you want to elude me. He was supposed to have called me on a couple of occasions. He failed to do that. And, I just, fuck that bullshit. Anyway, I took the initiative while I was on the phone with my elder sibling, and, while those appraisers were doing their motherfucking thing, to ask him when was he going to look into the heat and look into the hot water issue. And he got smart and said, well, it feels pretty warm in here to me in regards to the heat. First of all, it's daylight out. The sun is out. It was a very nice day yesterday, and that is heating up the apartment in itself. Second of all, you want to be smart ass bitch. I have a electric heater going, which is keeping the living room portion of the apartment warm. As far as the bedrooms go, it's still cold in there. And we're talking about at nighttime. We're not talking about in the motherfucking daytime. We're talking about at nighttime where temperatures drop, and there's a whole motherfucking difference in that damn apartment. And so then I'm thinking, by you making that comment, you obviously don't give a fuck about, me not having no motherfucking heat. But I guarantee you all my other neighbors have adequate hot water and adequate motherfucking heating. And I'm a part of Section 8. You are supposed to make sure that housing or you're supposed to make sure that those units are up to par in regard to Section 8 standards. You're supposed to have adequate hot water. You're supposed to have adequate heating, and you're supposed to have adequate cooling and whatever else Section 8 wants. And this apartment doesn't have that. And, don't get me wrong. They tried to rectify the situation, but it's not being rectified. Anyway, he got smart that time, and I said what I had to say. And the verbal exchange started to get heated. And we went back and forth about some shit, and I don't know if I may have threatened him. I don't know. I know I'm bipolar, and when I get mad, and I go black, and I don't think about nothing but put my motherfucking hands on you and let that be the reason. So at this point, this is where I was getting to. I was starting to boil on 10. Anyway, he further went on to get glib at the mouth and told me that he need to teach me how to use a circuit breaker switch. And that put me on 10. First of all, you're not going to be in my motherfucking environment and try to treat me as inadequate. Try to treat me as dumb. Like I don't know how to use a motherfucking circuit breaker switch. Bitch, I use switches every motherfucking day of my life. In this apartment, there are over maybe 15, 20 switches up in this motherfucker that I use on a daily basis, bitch. And they don't give me complications like the motherfucking circuit breaker switch did. It's like the circuit breaker switch did, and I have video of the circuit breaker switch giving me motherfucking complications. I didn't tell the circuit breaker switch to do that. It did it on its motherfucking own. So for him to come at me like that, and even my elder sibling was like, damn, that's how he talked to his motherfucking tenants? Damn. And he was, my elder sibling was peed off, and I was extra peed off. If I would have punched this motherfucker in his face, 1, I would have been wrong. 2, I would have been going to jail. And, it just would have been a whole scenario. Then this motherfucker had the nerve to say, he from Chicago. We can take it off. I'm paraphrasing his words, but he said that we are from Chicago. We can take it there if you want to. Basically, we can get physical. Now, I'm not trying to be funny. This person is like 4 foot nothing. Now, sure, people can throw down too. I probably would get my ass beat. I don't know. But anyway, you would have a fight on your motherfucking hands. I would tell you that. I'm not going to go down quickly. Anyway, I looked at this motherfucker and I said, I'm from there too. Even though I'm not from Chicago, I'm from Rockford, Illinois, which is even more dog-eat-dog than what the fuck Chicago is. Rockford is on the list for worst places to motherfucking live. When I think Rockford was number 7 for worst places to live. Motherfuckers in Chicago come to Rockford thinking that they run shit. And, baby, please. I just looked at this motherfucker. I mean, that's your threat? Really? I have family all through motherfucking Chicago that run gangs, okay? Unfortunately, one of them individuals, I believe it was a family member, ended up, getting murdered due to gang activity. So what the fuck are you talking about? If you want to take it there, we can take it there. I'm not scared of no motherfucking body, except God and the devil and myself. I'm scared of my damn self because I'm scared of what the fuck I'll do to a motherfucker. And vice versa. People are crazy these days. And we have to pick and choose our battles carefully. But getting smart with me like that and treating me as inadequate, you're not going to do. And I came unglued on that motherfucker in that apartment. When I say I came unglued, I came unglued. That landlord was all type of bitches. He was all type of punks. He was every motherfucking thing that I could call him at that particular moment because you took it there with me. And anyway, The appraisers, they kept doing what they were doing. The landlord and I, we kept on, going at it with our verbal exchange. He's a bitch. Bitches like to have the last word. I guess I'm a bitch because I like to have the last word as well. And, we went at it verbally. So after a while, the appraisers got done doing what they were doing, and it was time for them to go. And so the landlord further went on to try to say something else. But you know what? My other tenants, and I stopped them in his motherfucking tracks because I know me and I know the landlord. He was going to get glib at the tongue and say something smart. And as pissed off as I was already, I was going to clock his motherfucking head wide the fuck open fucking with me. And I'm glad I just stopped him in his tracks. First of all, and this is what I told him, I am not everybody else. I am D. I'm paraphrasing my own words. I am D. I'm not every motherfucking body else. So don't compare me to your motherfucking tenants. I don't give a fuck if they treat you with respect, kiss your ass, or any of that motherfucking bullshit. I am not them. I'm a whole different breed of an individual, and you're going to treat me with some form of respect. And I mean, my landlord talks to his maintenance personnel like they're shit. Okay. And they be complaining about it. You treat them like that. You're not going to treat me like that. You treat your wife and your kids like that. You're not going to treat me like that. I'm a grown motherfucking queen, okay? And I guess that's another reason why he thought he can talk down to me. People that are on Section 8, a lot of folks look at us as if we're dumb. Think about, I hate to call, not trailer trash, but people that live in trailer parks or people that live in the South. They always want to judge and say that these people are slow, these people are stupid or whatever. And I have an issue with that word slow because back in my days, I had an assessment for Social Security, and it was to get my motherfucking money. And I forgot how old I was at this particular point, but I know that I was young and an adolescent, a young adolescent. Anyway, I had a series of quizzes and questions to answer in regard to this evaluation. I suppose I failed it. And after the evaluation, I was placed in a separate room while the doctor went to go address my grandmother and my my grandmother and my mother in regard to my results. Anyway, doctors, physicians and people in that particular field, y'all motherfuckers need to learn how to use clinical terms instead of, ghetto terms, I guess, in other words. The doctor used clinical terms when he wanted to use clinical terms. But when he was describing my condition, which is ADHD, instead of saying ADHD, even if my grandmother, even if my grandmother and my mother did not understand it, you're still in the position to explain it to them. He says slow. Your grandson and your son is going to go and basically go throughout life being slow. And I remember I was so crushed by hearing the word slow. I started crying, and I want to tear up now. Excuse me. I do apologize. I want to tear up now, but I'm not going to. Well, I already am. I want to cry, but I'm not going to. I stood, I did then. And I remember my mom and my grandmother coming into the room and comforting me and telling me things are going to be okay. And, they are okay. I know that I am not inadequate. I know that I am smart. It just takes me a little bit of time to learn some things, and that's fine. There are fast learners, there's medium paced learners, and there are slow learners. And, I'm not doing bad for myself. I have a podcast. I know how to drive. I know how to cook for myself. I know how to do a lot of things for myself. I don't have a problem learning any motherfucking thing that I don't, that I want to learn. But the doctor just, my thing is you raggedy motherfucker, whoever you were, how do you know if I didn't have suicidal tendencies? And that word slow would have, a 422 angelic time here in Arizona, angelic time not only for myself, but for you guys as well. Confirmation from the universe that I'm on the right track. Anyway, I could, even if I didn't commit suicide, I could have harmed myself in some type of way due to the words of that motherfucking physician. And, y'all need to learn how to, have better choice of words when you're dealing with your clients and your patients. Anyway, I have a big issue with motherfuckers that try to treat me as inadequate. And I quickly dispersed those energies because I know that I would have, went ballistic on that motherfucking landlord. And, I didn't allow myself to do that. And I'm glad that I didn't allow myself to do that. But anyway, I didn't take on those energies. And I further went on to cuss that ass out. Anyway, after they left, out the apartment, after they got done doing what they were doing, I, slammed the door and I was shaking. I'm pissed, and I'm talking to my elder sibling. My elder sibling is pissed off and mad. And, I opened up that motherfucking door and kept at it. Once you get me started, it's hard for me to stop. And I kept at it. I kept on, with the landlord. I'm just like, you punk ass bitch, I was pissed the fuck off because, you calling me stupid because I tried to turn on the motherfucking circuit breaker switch and it wouldn't turn on for me. Now, when the maintenance personnel came over for the last time, he got it to turn on. I don't give a fuck what magic this bitch had in his, well, not bitch, but I don't give a fuck what magic this motherfucker had in his fingers in order to get that switch to stay on. He's the maintenance personnel, so he probably do know the tricks and whatever the case may be. I don't give a fuck. What I know is the motherfucking switch did not work for me when I tried to get it to be operable. And that's the reason. But anyway, after I got done, cussing out the landlord or doing what I had, going the fuck off, I closed the door and, I finished speaking with my eldest sibling and I ended up calling, Section 8 so that they could put this in my files. The motherfucker threatened me, told me that he from Chicago. And what difference do it make? Motherfuckers, I'm from here, I'm from there. So what? You can still get your ass beat. Okay. There's winners in every state, country, city, and or town, and there are losers in every state, city, and or town. So let's not get it fucked up. Chicago people can get their ass beat just as well and have any motherfucking way. I'm not in fear of anything. There's no need to be in fear. I have the universe on my side, and the universe is not going to allow me to fail. I do know that I'm not going to be homeless a motherfucking again. I can tell you motherfucking that. So I'm preparing myself for the worst. I went to go get boxes yesterday from motherfucking Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be packing my shit because I'm going to move anyway. I don't like my neighbors. I don't like their energy, and I'm pretty sure they don't like mine. I don't give a fuck. They got pissed off because I was keeping my vibrations high the other day, listening to music, singing, do what I do. And here they go stomping upstairs, stomping from upstairs. Basically, pre-warning me, not pre-warning me about anything, but basically indicating that, they don't want to, they're irritated. I don't give a fuck. I do know that I'm in a situation where I have neighbors, but this was way early in the motherfucking daylight hours when I was increasing my vibrations. And city ordinance, I'm not sure what it is in Arizona, but if you bother, get you some white noise machines, the same shit that I motherfucking have. My thing is, I'm not going to stop living my life for any of you motherfuckers. When have I ever asked my neighbors for their validation? When have I ever knocked on their door? Excuse me? Is it okay if I live my life today? I don't do, who? No, I'm going to live my life, and that's just it. But anyway, I'm not sure what this landlord is going to do. I'm not sure, frankly, I don't give a fuck. They want a deposit. Now I will give it to them. They have been very lenient in regard to the deposit. When I first hooked up with them, I had the first month's rent for the place, but I didn't have the deposit, but they were willing to work with me, and they have. They came at me a couple of times in regard to the deposit, and I'm willing to pay it, but, y'all want shit, until shit is fixed, which I don't give a fuck about because I'm finna manifest better in my life in regard to a new place. place. But y'all want motherfucking money and shit like that, but I can't get shit fixed properly. Fuck that. I'm keeping that motherfucking deposit money and I'm using that for a new place. How about that? But anyway, if y'all choose to deal with this property management, that's y'all motherfucking problem. Maybe they'll work for you, but they're not working for me right now. Anyway, the name of the property management is Dobson Property Management. Now, some of y'all may deal with them. Some of y'all may know them. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, the landlord that basically came at me, I can't say I really came at them. I was in my feelings because they came over, and I do understand that I did not read the email because I don't check my emails like that every motherfucking day. What you gonna do, beat my ass because I don't check my emails every day? I mean, shit, I reserve the right not to check them motherfuckers every single motherfucking day. Anyway, Dobson Property Motherfucking Management, 5010 East Shea Boulevard, Suite 250, Scottsdale, Arizona, 85254. There's no need to give y'all the phone number. I'll refrain from doing that, but that's their address. And the landlord that came at me, his name is Stewart. I will refrain from telling his last name. But anyway, Stewart is the landlord that I got into it with that tried to treat me as inadequate. Now, if y'all want to deal with them, like I said, deal with them. They're not a bad property management team, but my 2025 is not going to be, I'm not letting people slide with shit. This just like a few minutes ago, I was at Walmart and, I was shopping, for some, let me slow down because I'm getting pissed off. I was at Walmart and I was getting some stuff for Capital Collision because they hooked my car up. And, anyway, as I paid for my items and getting ready to walk out of the out of Walmart, there were two workers. They weren't Walmart workers, but they were people delivering ice and all of that type of shit. Anyway, the black dude of the two was minding his business, doing his job, which the other motherfucker should have been doing. But the other dude, who looked like he could have been Hispanic, he noticed me and he whispered something to the black dude, and the black dude looked at me and they both started laughing. My thing is, bitch, are you gay? Do you want to fuck me? Because for one, how did you notice me out of every motherfucking body? And then you go whisper to the motherfucking your partner like a bitch. I don't have time for that. Anyway, I knew that it was about me, and I walked past that motherfucker and I looked at him and I said, you have something to motherfucking say to me? And he acted like he didn't hear me, and I called him a bitch and I said something else about his motherfucking ass, and I wanted him to say something to me, but he never did. I'm not letting people slide with shit any motherfucking more. I'm tired of motherfuckers challenging me and me not saying anything. So I'm coming unglued on a couple of. I'm picking and choosing my battles carefully, but I'm coming unglued on motherfuckers. For taking it there and crossing boundaries. Don't cross boundaries with me. That's all I'm asking. Don't cross them motherfucking boundaries and we won't have no issues. But any motherfucking way, yes, you guys. And this is another reason why I'm happy that I have my platform. Not only my podcast platform, but my platforms on YouTube, Instagram, and motherfucking Pinterest. And let me tell y'all something. When I was Pinterest, Instagram. Hold on, let me get something to drink. Instagram. Y'all know how Instagram is. They have motherfuckers on there. Like if you do a video and you have jewelry and shit on, all of a sudden people start reaching out to you and want to start selling you costume jewelry and shit. So I fell for the okie doke and I got some costume jewelry and the shit broke on me. And they didn't want to replace shit. They didn't want to, they didn't want to give me my money back. And half of the jewelry, I don't even think that I got. Anyway, I put their asses on blast with the video, put that shit on Instagram, told the name of the company, and all that motherfucking bullshit. This is why social media can be a curse and it can be a blessing. It's a blessing when it comes down to putting information out there for the people. For y'all not to make them the same mistake. Y'all know where I'm coming from, so that y'all won't make the same mistakes and whatever else the case may be. Any motherfucking way. I've been at this for a while now in regard to this landlord bullshit and whatever else. I've given it power. I'm not giving it anymore. I'm giving it, let me slow down because I get so ADHD and so bipolar. I've given it attention. I've given it power, and I'm not giving it any more attention and any more of my motherfucking power. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen here on out. Now, I did get a phone call from tenant landlord here in Arizona. Because I'm not finna play the game. I'm about to 34 time of the recording. Anyway, I'm about to secure myself in all motherfucking aspects. And I called tenant landlord. I have a consultation with them come next week. In the event the landlord tries to be an asshole, he can be an asshole in regard to that motherfucking deposit, and he could be an asshole in regard to trying to give me a 5-day notice or whatever else. So I have to keep my guard up and go from there. I also bought an SD card for my motherfucking cam. I have a hidden cam. Well, it's not that motherfucking hidden because you can see it, but I have a cam. It's a dummy as of right now because I don't have a SD card in there, so it's not recording anything. So I made sure that I bought a SD card because I want to be, I just want to make sure things are secure when I am not there because I don't trust nobody, especially, the motherfuckers that I live around. But anyway, 4:33 time. See, baby, I'm telling y'all, angelic time all day long from me and you guys, but it's really speaking to me right now. And these 3s are from the Ascended Master or Ascended Masters, and they are guiding me where I need to be. So let me end this part, 35:44 time of the recording here. Baby, let me get my messages because obviously the angelic realm is talking to me in a spiritual sense, and I need to get my daily guidance in regard to angelic numbers. So 433 is where it's at. I need to look into that. So let me end this particular podcast and let me end this episode and all that good shit. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, my newest followers. I see that you guys are, joining the bandwagon, and I really do appreciate that. And with that being said, LLS, which is love, light, and support of not only yourselves, but each other. And y'all take care. Until my next upload, I am D Venom. And you guys have tuned into Raising Vibrations Podcast. I'm out.